Yeah, it looks like Scott's, yeah, B Fred's deck box and giant hands are at the top of the screen. On a side note, has anyone seen Brian Fred with a cookie cake yet this
Not
weekend?
yet.
All
Haven't
right.
seen it.
If you do, slap it out of his hand.
So Scott's playing Dark Side, and Brian Fred is playing Light Side. Is
Hmm.
that Watch Your Step that Brian's playing?
Can't quite see. Yep, yep, yes, it is.
I wonder if it's Palace Raiders. I know B Fred is a big fan of that.
Oh, it could be Diplo with oh my, yeah, maybe
Oh,
it's
it's
Diplo.
Diplo. Yeah, you're right. It's not Watch Your Step.
I saw Tana being got all excited, but no,
Yep.
there's the yeah R2.
Diplo. And Scott is playing Court, looks like.
Oh, so we did not go with the Watto deck after.
No, no Watto. Those Vader's card sleeves are horrifying. Yeah, those ones were never my favorite art sleeves. So we've got Guts from B Fred. He's prepared for Court because he's gonna start. You've got a lot of Guts coming here.
Yep.
So
Not quite
it's
sure whether this will be a general solo or regular solo, but if he's got general solo with guts out, that's really going to curtail Scott's retrieval all game.
so he's got Guts, Strike Planning, and I must be allowed to speak. So he's gonna forego the Walkling in favor of the Guts, which is pretty good.
Very smart play. Yeah. Looks like Scott's got wipe, battle order, first strike, and I'm guessing that's probably Jabba's Haven
Jabba's
underneath that.
Haven, yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle Kruger with the bye game too. Just walking by here. He already won. He's a winner.
You know what? Getting a bye game two, game three sometimes isn't the worst thing in the world. Take that hour, go get a nap, get lunch.
Right. All right. So interesting to see how, with Court being a dark side deck that people have been kind of thinking is near the top of the tiers, you see the light side decks adapt. You change your starting effects. You've got a lot of guts coming here. Is a pretty crazy card. Maybe I'll actually pull that one up for everyone to see on the little stream thing here. Give me one
Mm.
second, because I do have that ability.
Yeah, it's got
It does some really cool. Is it a Reflections 3 card or is it Tatooine? I
I
always
think it's
forget.
Coruscant.
Coruscant. Okay. Well, swing and a
Losing
miss.
force.
It was one of those episode 1 sets. I knew that.
Yeah, lose a force.
If only I had Force to Lose. It's the best part about doing commentary. Alright, so there it is. It's on screen. You've got a lot of guts coming here. So your unique rebels of ability equal to 3 are power and forfeit plus 1, or power and forfeit plus 2 if at a Jabba's Palace or Cloud City site. While Han at a battleground, opponent retrieves no force from Scum and Villainy. So, pretty crazy, right? Cancels the Scum retrieval and also gives you a forfeit and power bonus. So,
Right. So they're power and forfeit plus one anywhere, and if he actually goes to any of the Jabba's palace sites, now he's getting power plus two, forfeit plus two.
and then no retrieval. And what I've heard a lot of people do with Diplo is you just put Han on like the Tantive with a bunch of pilots, and then Han never leaves the table.
Pretty much. And if you're playing general solo, you pull him with strike planning, and then you're pretty
Yep.
much set for a while.
Yep.
If it's
So,
regular solo, he's gonna have to find him. That might take him a little longer, unless he's the card he uploads when he flips.
yep.
So a big shout out to all our European viewers. Thank you guys very much for
Yeah.
tuning in on this lovely afternoon,
Still,
evening for you guys.
yeah. While you're still awake, we definitely appreciate it. If you have Twitch Prime, make sure to keep those subscriptions going. Get those foils. Definitely helps us out.
Nice 9 hour time zone difference for you guys, so we appreciate it. think Beefhead's probably running Farm and Cantina Shuffle. I don't think he's running the other Java's Palace sites.
Okay, like the outskirts or whatever.
Right. There's some decks like I think Bastion's version from the OCS. He was running like some speeders and stuff, so he was actually playing Tatooine Java's Palace as an exterior site to also give himself a benefit from guts. So like Wedge
Oh,
parked in his speeder would get a forfeit bump.
he's got the Where's Han to pull solo.
Oh, even better. There you
So
go.
yep, so he's got Where's Han to pull solo. He pulled used a leadership to pull Radis. So pretty good start for Beefred, I feel like. He's got the
Mm-hmm.
right counters against the scum deck, and he was able to get the Where's Han and the solo uh, out of his deck early. So he gets Kraken and Mothma with strike planning. Mothma does have the errata recently to make it so she doesn't deploy free
Right.
anymore, but she goes for two now.
For those guys in chat, we're talking about Scott attacking the ship turn one. That would be absolutely pointless because he's not going to be able to get multiple destiny to get above R2 7 forfeit.
Yeah.
And R2 is just going to go down and come right back up. And then that ship is going to be hung out to dry.
Yep. Yeah. Court can't really attack it early. Yeah, like you said, just losing the forfeit 7 R2 combo, um,
Right.
multiple destinies. You need to be able to attack it really hard.
Right. And he's not really getting enough force to do all that. I mean, Scott gets two, three, four, five, six, seven.
Yeah.
I mean, he battles for free, but I mean, that's pull a ship. It's not even like a ship on a pilot
Yeah.
that he's going to get multiple stuff going with. The Space Cruiser and who? Ellison Hinthra, Woof. Okay, that's power seven in a draw. That's not going to get it done.
Yeah. Definitely not going to get it done.
If it was the generic R2D2 that people were playing, it makes sense. If it's the combo, don't waste your time.
Yeah, if it's just R2D2V that they're playing to get the extra icon, then if you've seen turn 1 attacks on the Tantive, it's probably not with Court, or if it is, I don't know. Probably didn't go well
It
for
may
them.
not, let's just say it's not the ideal play in this scenario. People
Yeah,
may still do it, but
yeah.
if you're watching at home and you're like, what should I do in this situation? My professional recommendation would be not to do it.
Your Hall of Fame recommendation.
There you go. EOPS used to love it. Yeah, EOPS used to love it because it was getting three battle destiny. You went, Fett with Ozzel and then pulled Imperial Command and got three battle destiny. That's why the whole objective had to be changed.
Right. All right. See what Scott can come up with this turn. Probably
I
wants to
think
get.
Scott's, I think Scott's plan is just to stall at this point. He's already taking 10 minutes and we're on turn one still. Scott Brian hasn't even got to go.
Fair enough. Usually, these court decks, they'll get Jabba, Proxima, guys like that to the audience chamber to start getting their
Mm-hmm.
engine running. See what Scott wants to do. He, like I said, he probably was a little worried about dealing with that Tantive, but not sure if he's set up to do that. If it wasn't for No Idea, you think Eobs would be a good choice? Yeah. No Idea does kind of screw over because yeah, the bunker is very important for Eops, but I think
Right.
you could probably tech your deck to be better against No Idea.
You got to start power of the hut and pull F up on turn one.
There you
Park him
go.
in the bunker.
I have actually a Eops built on Gemp that has all that stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
You could just alt start it against no idea, and then just whatever. They're kind of dead cards in other matchups, but
Good story, Emil.
yeah, that is pretty cool.
And then I bet Angelo took 23 minutes to come up with that play too.
Oh, is Angelo ever gonna live that down? So he's got Reese to the audience chamber with Snuva. Interesting. Maybe he's saving guys like Java for other scenarios here.
Yes, Numa does get a deploy cheaper from Rees being a smuggler.
That's true.
And they'll get a droid as well with Darrow.
Yep.
Oh, looks like
Looks like he might have taken Badero back. Yeah, I think
I
he
guess I guess there was no droid in there, so he decided not to deploy him since I guess he
could have figured that out
had
already.
right when he looked for the docking bays and stuff.
Yeah. All right. So Brian's gonna use his objective, get another Tatooine site or Alderaan. There's Alderaan. Probably wants Alderaan out. You can use the farm puller to pull the farm.
Yep.
So they have a really wide table. They don't need to go so scrunchy.
Yeah, I don't think players are used to when they're on stream to know that like usually you have a pretty
Yeah,
limited area. This
with
definitely seems to have a bit more playing surface than most stream games.
yeah the Killer Kiwi Brandon, he put a new lens on our main camera, and if you sort of notice, it's kind of curved a little bit at the very bottom of the screen and the
And
top.
the top right, top or
Yeah.
top left, bottom left look a little rounded. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that might yeah. But the middle is so much more clear and so much longer.
Yep. That's what she said.
Set you up for that one. So we got Mothma going aboard the Tantive. As well as General Kraken.
Yep. Just making it safe and sturdy there. I think Radis is there as well. Yep.
Yeah, Radis just sort of plops on.
I think
Thanks, guys.
at this point, you're still a little leery of moving. I don't know if Brian will move to tandem just yet. Probably wouldn't. I'd probably draw a couple cards here.
Yeah, Diplo seems to play a little bit slower now that you can't do like the hyper Diplo um, with the strike planning, or the yeah, getting like General Calrissian and the Falcon, and like that's kind of how it was played last tournament season. A lot it seems a little bit slower
Mm-hmm.
now with the erratas, but still seems like a pretty solid light side choice.
Well, he is going to risk it and move over.
Okay,
Okay.
goes over to Chandrilla.
So Droids, Radis, Kraken, Mothma. Radis is only ability. Does he have enough? Radis is ability 3. So yeah, he's got enough ability against Zuckus. So I guess he's okay.
So yeah, you got Radis for 3 ability, and then you've got Kraken for 2 ability, and then there's also
Just the Tanda for 2.
the Tantive, yeah.
Yeah. Just got paid to train for 1. Brian loses his sense. Interesting. Yeah, it's early enough in the game too, and Scott did deploy multiple characters and stuff from hand last turn, so he would really need two ships to attack the Tantive here for Brian to be in trouble.
There's the Ellis and Hinthra in his reserve deck. He's gonna pull that with Java's. No, sorry. He's just pulling that with his objective, right? Independent starships.
Yeah, instead of the docking bay, he can get the ship. See if there's a woofer Pwn de V or something in there that he can also get.
He's gonna go to Tatooine.
That'll be a drain of three because I'll add the icon there.
Yep. Yeah, while an opponent system adds the light side icon.
Mm.
Can't remember the last time you had an Imperial barrier stick. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. So we got Dengar and Punishing One also to go up with the Ellis and Hinthra. So yeah, Dengar and Punishing One's pretty good. He cancels immunity to attrition for light side spaceships. Or I guess for all
Yep.
ships there. And then he also adds one to attrition for each ship that they have.
I think it's total battle destiny,
Or
so
total battle destiny, right?
yeah. So he'll
So
get a
even
little bit
better.
more of a power boost and stuff out of that, but he's going to need somebody to pilot that just for forfeit.
Yeah, you can get somebody on there. Woof or Balatik or
Yeah.
somebody along those lines.
There's the once per game for Java. Okay.
Yep. So Jabos comes out. So yeah, Scott's a little more set up. He's got Battleground System, Battleground Site, Snuva with Reese and Java at the AC, and then Ellis and Hinthra and Dengar in space. Not bad. So you got the Corvette from Brian Fred for 5. These guys are playing pretty quick now. B Fred looks for a site, doesn't find one.
Yeah, they took a Scott took quite a bit of time on the first turn, so they're picking up the pace a little bit to make sure
Get this
they
game in.
both get the necessary number of turns because they're going to rely on force draining to win this game. They're
Yep.
going to need 9 turns at least.
So you figured Court would want to get into some more battles. Diplo would be fine with doing a drain race, I think.
Yeah. And we got the generic Corvette out. Not sure what he was looking for. That Scott's getting to verify the reserve deck now.
I think he looked for a site with his objective.
Gotcha. We're holding steady at 40 viewers, so thank you guys very much for tuning in with us.
Heck yeah.
Must be all those Twitter followers we've got now. Thanks to Jared for doing the Twitter updates.
Yeah, you've been doing great. Great job getting all the cool stuff that's happening. You know, even during the middle of the week when we do our shows, there's always a Twitter update about it and stuff. So appreciate
Mm-hmm.
all the hard work.
And it's nice that that also carries over to the Slack announcement page and stuff too. So
Mm-hmm. Yep. So now we're going to deliver the plans. Upload any one card.
mm-hmm. Oh, it's a shame he had Mishki on stream game one. He's playing Joel's in game two.
Yeah, we saw that one. That one definitely would have been a good one. A couple of world's top 8 competitors there.
Mm. Got Lenny playing Barry because they don't
Yeah.
do that often enough.
Right, yeah, I saw that. I was like, I don't know if I want to have another teammate matchup.
Elspeth taking on Chris Westergaard.
There you go. Yeah, who's Taco Bill playing? That was the other game I almost went with.
Bill is playing Phil.
Phil, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Bill and Phil. That
Yeah.
would have been a pretty good match. Looked like Phil had a pretty tough game with Dennis Reinhardt in their first matchup. It like went to time or pretty darn close to it.
Mhm.
All right, so Tantive moves in front of the Dengarn Punishing One and the Ellison Hinthra.
Yeah, he shipped out the droids over, delivered the plans.
Yep.
Now he's going to go block that drain of three.
We'll see what Scott can come up with in response here.
But it's not flipped yet, though, because he doesn't have anybody on the ground.
Yep. Not flipped, so he doesn't get that Destiny bonus and all that. But also, Scott could just run away to one of the other systems, like Chandrilla. Now had a set up there, but let's
Mm-hmm.
see what happens here. Four strains for one at the AC. Looks like it's a Menace Fades that Beefred loses.
That's a safe card. Court
Yep.
doesn't really have any force train bonuses.
And there's like that one guy who adds a drain at a Tatooine site, like Velkin Tazeri or whatever.
Yeah, at the pit.
At
Yeah.
the pit, that's right. Yeah, he has it at the pit. But yeah, I think that's the only one that I've really seen in a court deck these days, as far as force strain bonuses go. So he's going to use the objective to pull Stinger. Stinger is pretty good if you can get Guri on there. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
Limit to one Destiny in space for the light side.
Yeah. Plus, she adds one herself if that's the non V stinger.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from here, but I think that's the non-V Stinger. So there's, is that Pundababa as a pilot aboard Ellison Hinthra? It was either Pondababa or Woof, but I think it was Pondababa.
Wolf is on the bottom, right there where his thumb is.
Okay. So then it was
He
probably
got he got Ponda. Yeah.
Pondababa. Yeah.
Yes, yes, it is. It's very important to know which stinger you're playing with. Before you accidentally lose 14 cards that you didn't need to.
Yeah.
In the game, he still won though. So
Crazy stuff. So then Scott's just going to move his ships away. Basically, just giving the Tatooine system to Beefred. We'll see if Beefred is going to run like a celebration or anything. Because he'll probably end up just sticking there if he's going to do that.
yeah, he certainly could. Obviously, Scott read the front of the objective and realizes Fred can't drain there. It's -1, so he's not taking any damage this turn, so he can
Yep,
afford to play it a little safer.
makes sense to me.
I kind of feel like I'm in Seattle because it's been raining here all day.
Oh
So
yeah, it's
uh,
I got here at about noon yesterday, a little after noon, and it's pretty much been raining the entire time that I've been here. So good stuff. Oh, it's already noon.
yeah,
Crazy.
you're in for a long day, Jerry.
Yep. Yeah, it's noon and we're on game two. So we've got this one and six more after it. plus a lunch
And
break.
I was gonna say, did Shell say if they're doing a lunch break between
Pretty
game four and
sure,
five?
pretty sure we're doing a lunch break. Yeah, I think it'll be between games 3 and 4, but not sure.
Gotcha. He likes to do those half-hour lunch breaks, so everybody
Yeah,
can go do Taco Bell or Checkers or whatever's around.
yeah,
I'm sorry, Jack in the Box. That's the one.
yeah. It's Jack in the Box or Taco Bell are the close ones. The Dave's Diner closed, so that's no longer an option. But I'm sure we'll make it work. All right, so that's Bail Organa on that Corvette, the one that was delivering the plans. And he goes with Ray to the Dune Sea, and that's going to cause him to. Oh, sorry, he goes with Chirrut because he needs to be a rebel, right, to flip the objective.
Yes.
Yeah. So he goes with Chirrut instead of Ray, so we can flip.
Looks like I'm about 5 or 6 seconds behind you. So
Okay. And then Mantillion Savrip from hand from Beef Red. Can be a crazy card in Diplo these days. You just forfeit from hand and keep your board presence.
especially with the extra forfeit bonus from Guts,
Right.
getting some of those ability three guys, making them extra +1 forfeit. So
Yep. Just trying to see if I could find a way to help improve that delay that you're experiencing, but right in the middle of a game, it's a little hard to check things.
yeah, don't mess around with it too much. It might just be my computer too lagging, just being a little behind.
That's fair. All right, so it looks like we're going to have all the light side ships converge on Chandrilla.
See if I switch off my laptop if that makes it better.
Scott's going to activate. See what he does this turn. The Dune Sea can be kind of tough to battle at for a court deck because you have to have more than 6 ability to get a battle destiny there.
Six ability. Yeah.
Is it, yeah, 6 or more, or is it higher than 6? That's one I always kind of forget on the Dune Sea.
It's six or more. So plus
So
you have
6
guys who
definitely.
draw if unable to.
Yeah, draw if anyone otherwise definitely helps around that.
You might have a P59 or something as well, or Pro.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
Yes, Greg. I think you have to. If he doesn't control any battlegrounds, I think it will flip him back.
He's got Mithrondo. Plays a Twilight Advisor. Okay. So Thrawn just goes to the audience chamber. I think yeah, he's might be trying to flip him back because he goes P59 now in front of Chirrut. So now that Brian doesn't control any battlegrounds, does he flip back?
He
Is that
should flip back.
he goes Erica also to the site with Chirrut.
We'll see if they catch that.
Okay, he flips back the objective now. Oh, hey, Danny, thanks for your Twitch subscription. 5 months. You're almost 6 month is another foil level, so you'll get I think it's the Inquisitor foil at 6 or the Ezra foil at 6. One of those two.
Ezra's at 6 months.
Ezra 6. Okay.
Yep.
So keep it up for next month, and you'll get yourself.
And then sign up to come to the MPC in April, and I'll personally hand you your Ezra Bridger for
There you go. You would remember to do it each month. It would be a lot higher than 5. Yep. You got to make sure to keep your streaks going so you can get those rewards. But we appreciate it. Thanks, Danny, for watching and subscribing.
So basically, Danny, what you're saying is that you don't watch Jerry's show each week.
I think he's been guilty of that. He's been guilty of that. It means he also doesn't watch your show either.
Yeah. I'm not going to take that as personally, though, as I feel you would.
That's fair. He is a Colorado player.
Yeah. One
All right.
of your better friends, too.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
Guy you've known a long time.
Yep. So, looks like Scott didn't battle, or somehow the battle was maybe it's a trapped at the Dune Sea. I think that's
There
what
is a
happened.
trap on top of the Lost Mile there, so that makes sense.
So, definitely not a good play. The It's a Trap has been seen a lot more these days. Those beatdown decks like Court and Map, it's a tough card to deal with.
Yeah, wow, that camera quality really is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can clearly tell that's a white border solo that B Fred's got.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like we got a pretty good setup this time, and we've recorded the entire setup, so we'll have a sort of a how-to video. Me and Brandon took care of that on Friday.
Thank you guys very much for doing that. I know it's been something we've been talking about in the marketing team for a while. So
Yeah, we got that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put like voiceovers and stuff on it to make it a little more easier to understand, because with all the background noise and stuff. But
of course,
should be a good start. All right, let's see what B Fred does. He's gonna have to go with okay. He's going with Ben Kenobi, or sorry, Obi-Wan Kenobi
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
at Mos Eisley, and then I think he's also going to be playing the Cantina from hand.
He's debating. There it is.
It's in his hand for sure.
Cantina, who's got Gold Leader and Bright Hope too. It looks like.
Yep. The Cantina and Mos Eisley are pretty fun for light side because you can move in your control phase from one to the other.
That's old school Premiere right there.
Super nice for celebration, getting an extra either force drain or just extra retrieval from celebration.
And possibly increasing your Diplo presence by 1.
Yep. Get you plus
to add
1
an
for
extra
your...
1 to your total. Yep.
Yep. So is Diplo a pretty good matchup for, or sorry, is Court a pretty good matchup for Diplo? The way that this kind of looks, it just sort of seems like the way he's able to spread out. If he can avoid getting a big beat down against him, Brian should be sitting in the driver's seat here.
Yes, with guts, it's a very solid matchup for Diplo, and they're very happy about playing against Court. So
43 viewers now. There are more people viewing than there are. Because then I guess we have me and Schoenthal here who aren't playing, so there's 43 people who are at the tournament. Could be a 41 participants. So we're
outstanding.
this is great. I'm glad Endor is getting above 40 in real participants, and seeing
Hmm.
people 40 plus viewers at for the first second game of this tournament. Just make sure to stick with us the rest of the weekend. We got plenty of games left today, and we'll have all the finals tomorrow.
Yeah, there certainly will be no shortage of Player of the Year points handed out at this tournament.
Heck yeah. It's a good start to the. This is one of the first like in-person tournaments probably that's been added to that. And we had the OCS and we had the Outrider, etc. But
Yep, help you get some points to qualify for next year's Outrider Cup.
mhm.
Maybe we'll only do it every other year. I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
think about
yeah. So he's gonna move the Tantive in front of over to Tatooine in front of Darkseid's spaceships there, the Ellis and Hinthra and the Dengarn punishing one. Now he's got two Tatooine sites occupied. He could set up celebration next turn.
it. Yep. And we did say Savrip came out earlier, right? So
Savrip is below Walkling there. Yeah, Walkling came out also. Um,
yeah.
because he didn't start Walkling. He started. You got a lot of guts coming here.
Mhm. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge for Scott to see what he can do, what he can interact with.
He's getting some
Curious to
ping.
know whether or not he used Thrawn, or if he forgot about Thrawn's move text.
Ah, yes.
Right? Is that the one, or is that the other one?
Now that is the
That
one that you name a location, and if they move to it or whatever, lose a force.
Yep.
Scott did get a couple ping drains in there of one. I think it was a Corn Horn and a Luke Skywalker Rebel Scout that went off the top from B. Fred. Scott looking for something and not finding it. Maybe an independent starship or a docking bay.
Probably with the objective. Yeah. Fairly decent destiny for Court, though. At least a
Yeah.
couple characters floating. But yeah, he's still just getting one battle destiny and not quite. He doesn't even have anybody to trigger
Yeah,
Honda, I don't
he
think.
needs to get like IG-88 or a Boba Fett bounty hunter or something to get some extra destinies and a bunch of extra power, or like set up Zuckuss with like Forlom to get an extra destiny in space or something. But definitely doesn't seem like this one's going too well for Scott.
Scott just retrieved a card. I'm not quite sure for what.
Hmm. Was it Erica? Because there's no Luke on the table.
That would make sense.
I was playing against Court yesterday with my WAP deck in the team tournament, and WAP deck can't play Luke at all. So Erica turn one was really good against me.
Yep, yep, yeah. I forgot she's under there, under Velkin at the Dune Sea.
Is that a Cloud City engineer?
Uh, yes, that is the Cloud City Engineer, who's the profit counter.
Yep. That guy is crazy against profit. But I was like, wait a second, I haven't seen that card.
I can only imagine what Scott was just saying
Yeah,
there.
he was looking up at the camera for some reason. Robbie, hey Robbie, you're in the chat now. Maybe we'll try to get you on some later streaming games. I don't know what your schedule's like today, Gogolin, but great having you on so far.
Why, thank you. It's great being here. I can tag out for Robbie for games 3 and 4, whatever,
Sure.
if he's got some time this afternoon.
Yeah, he had something going on this morning, but it sounds like he's ready now. So
There
after
you go.
game two, where you guys can change places. We could go three-man commentary. We did that a couple years ago with you, me, and Baroni. I remember for a little bit. Baroni was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think Steve was more interested in talking about football half of the time, though.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like Chirrut battled Probot and site cleared. All right, so I think let's see, what are they trying to figure out now? I think a card got lost in the shuffle somewhere, and they needed to figure out where it went because I think that's what we were dealing with there.
Gotcha.
It was kind of hard. It's like what, they're counting piles and searching through stuff. I can't really tell.
Yeah, Robbie. Scott is actually playing a real deck today, which
Yeah,
surprising.
I mean, there's a Cloud City Engineer in there, but like you said, that's in there specifically for the profit matchup, so it
Right.
makes sense.
And Profit is certainly a deck that people have been speculating would get a nice little boost with Saitor, and Rob's taking a hit. So
And it can be a good meta call against court, so
yeah,
because you get to convert their audience chamber, they can't automatically pull Java, stuff like that.
yep, certainly slows them down a bit if they don't have the Chow
Mm-hmm.
engineer tech.
Yep. I've heard a lot of people are running Chow to pull Lobel. Is that a non-unique alien?
It is, and
Because
he stops neighbor and
he
subtracts
stops
from forfeit.
Nabram and subtracts from forfeit. That seems to be the hot tech that's going around. Lenny was telling me all about that yesterday on our Taco Bell run yesterday.
That must be a Tom Haid Team Virginia thing.
Yeah.
Certainly plenty of light side ground or light side characters that have dual purpose.
Yeah, I mean, most good light side characters are pilots, so having their
Mm.
forfeit get reduced by two, pretty strong.
Except for the fact you're playing court, so
Yeah.
all your destiny draws are 2 or 3s anyway. So
Yeah, you got to get
you're
multiple
still not getting into
destinies.
more than one guy.
See if Scott has anything he wants to do on this turn. I think he did. All right, looks like he's just going to recirculate. So Now it'll be Beefred's turn. See what Beefred has in response here. So yeah, if you guys are just catching us, Beefred's playing Diplo. He starts the anti-scum card. You've got a lot of guts coming here, so it's definitely kind of put the brakes on the usual Court of the Vile Gangster uh, setup that Scott was probably going for with battling every turn, retrieving 2 force, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I think anything short of a set for stun
Yeah.
to get hot off the table, you're pretty much just not retrieving cards all.
Yep. Ugh. So Beefred goes with the Bright Hope. So he's got the Carillion Corvette with like Bale and R2D2 and C3PO and Solo. Is that who's on there?
Looks like solo,
Yeah, I'm
yes.
pretty sure that's the white bordered Solo. And then he also goes with the Bright Hope there. Vice Admiral Holdo for the win. I don't know if we got Vice Admiral Holdo. We'll see.
Yeah, probably not. Doesn't really need Holdo here, though. I mean, obviously, he's looking at subtracting a destiny, and he's getting 2 battle destiny because of Bale.
Bale.
So Ponda would add a destiny to attrition, though.
Yep. But you still have R2 and C3PO on there, so that'll definitely
Right.
slurp up a good amount of the attrish.
That should cover all of it between that and the Bright Hope.
He's going to add 2 with the Dengar and Punishing one, right? Just 2 to the total battle destiny. So if he draws like a 5, then adding 2 to it could be good. But still,
Mm-hmm.
it just gets him to 7. So, but then the extra attrition draw could make a difference, but we'll see. He's going to use Obi-Wan here to do a exchange 2 cards in hand with 1 card in lost pile. We'll see what Beefred goes with as his exchange. It's going to be Chirrut, exchanging a leadership and something else. I think it
I
wears
think it's
Han.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. They,
Throw
no,
me another charge.
no Brian Fred. They go. Actually, Chirrut was near the top, wasn't he?
Chirrut was the top card.
Yeah.
So, since it was a exchange, they should just go on top there, yeah. Then it goes Chirrut to the
He used
farm.
Chirrut to once per game to recirculate, so he can battle in multiple places. No.
Yep. And not this turn. He might have already used Chirrut's game text earlier in the game, because Chirrut was out like from very early on for him. He still has a couple cards in reserve if he wants to battle this turn. I imagine he wants to do something in space and try to clear those ships, but that's why you put the Bright Hope there. But with just Solo and Bale, I feel like I'd feel better if there was like one more pilot for a forfeit fodder.
He
Because you
does
don't.
have Sabra, so if he
That's
if he
true. That's
loses,
true. You're right. Yeah. Because you don't wanna lose Solo in this matchup. So he does pay 1 to battle. Looks like. I think he did do the recirculate with Chirrut there. Yep.
yeah,
And he's going to play a sense, or what is that?
Greedo as a react. Okay, and then he's
Oh,
going
okay.
to sense the react.
Sense the react. Is there any sense shield out from Scott?
No,
No.
so he gets a loop, which he takes into hand, which he can then possibly Sabra.
And then he played a leadership.
Maybe Radis is there.
Maybe Radis is on there. Yeah, he might be
Not
that.
the droids. The
Not the
droids are still in the
droids.
tandem. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's right. So if that's Radis, then yeah, that makes sense. So that probably add him a destiny, cause or no, I guess Wolf adds one, so you probably just limit. Draws a Might of the Republic as a 5. So yeah, he's getting 2 destiny.
Yep. And he's going to take Owen and Baru into hand as well.
Oh, cause yeah, you can do that. Yeah. So yeah, he must have added with
He added with the leadership, yeah.
yeah.
He used Mothma to take them into hand. He drew a couple of Lukes that he's got into hand, so he's got plenty of forfeit.
Yeah. That Luke is crazy. You can see he had 2 different copies of Luke that he drew during that battle.
But 2/5s is going to be pretty huge, especially with Greedo getting bounced.
hmm
And he'll subtract 1 with the Bright Hope. And Scott did not add a Destiny to attrition
If he did, we never saw it.
because
That's
Ponda should add with Solo.
right. Yeah, because he's going against the smuggler.
Right, it's not +2 because it has to be your smuggler, but he should still add the draw, and I don't think Scott drew it.
Looks like they're still counting up everything.
The downside to not playing on Jump, you actually have to count your power totals and
Yeah.
attrition totals and everything.
Just love that it just sits there on the sides like, oh, 18, 17, you just know already. So Brian peeled
Brian
something.
retrieved, so I guess he ended up winning the battle.
Oh, he retrieved? Okay.
That's what he would. Oh, now he took it back.
Some people say Gemp, some people say Gemp. I'm a Gemp guy, but, you know, is it a GIF or a GIF? Graphics. You guys are silly. So they're still counting up. He's going to lose the Bright Hope. Scott's going to lose the Dengar and Punishing one. But is that all that shook down after all of that? Oh, and Radis goes too. And so does the Ellis and Hinthra. Alright, here we go. Now this is making a lot more sense. Alright, so let's see here. I think Brian is just deciding what he wants to do after that battle. Because the Stinger, if that one has a permanent pilot with ability though, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay,
Ability 1.
okay. And then Guri can like replace the permanent pilot on that one, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And then when you got Guri there, it's immune to less than 5 and it adds a battle destiny.
And then she makes it so they can't draw any more than one Dial of Destiny.
Correct.
Unless Vader's there. Justin, how you doing, buddy? You got a better that game? 1-1 now? Alright. Keep it up. Keep it up. We've got Court versus Diplo. Scott Lingrell and Brian Fred. Brian Fred starts guts though. So it's been interesting. Sorry, my teammate. Team High Ground for the win. Justin told me he won his second game. He lost his first one, but back on top. He's going to retrieve the Pondababa with Erica. B. Fred's got to get Luke out if he wants to cancel that Erica retrieval.
I think he's right. He's got them all in his hand.
Yeah, he's got at least two of them in his hand for sure. Justin played Joe Olson his first game and lost. I don't know who he beat in this game, but
Justin game 1 lost to Jellison.
oh, Jellison. Oh, okay. I thought he said Joe Olson, but he must have said Jellison.
Yes, and
Um,
then this round he played David Bober, who's a local.
okay, yeah. BOBA, wherever. All right. Well, hey, 1-1, 1-1. Losing to Jellison is, he's no slouch. I think he was playing
Uh,
Y4 ops, is what Justin was telling me.
we don't have any types of deck counts yet, Tom. I'll be sure and see if Show and Thal can do that during his downtime.
Yeah. I can also maybe go in there at the game room and sort of just take a look around. There's Chow Bacan in front of Chirrut. And then Lando in front of Obi-Wan. So is that going to cause him to flip back again? It is.
Yep, he doesn't control any locations.
And Greedo comes down in front of Chirrut also. He's going to battle against Chirrut. Did Brian draw the escape pod for Destiny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Show and Thal says he's going to try to do it during the lunch break.
Okay.
He'll skim through the deck lists and see if he can't get us a quick little, just deck.
Deck breakdown.
All right, and lunch break is after game 3.
That's what I thought I had heard, yeah. So that'll be about 2 o'clock or so, local time. As it's coming up on 1 o'clock, local time. How'd it go?
All right, so we just get some shuffling around. Stinger moves away. Yeah. Scott's hanging in this game, but if he loses space, and we know B. Fred's got that gold leader because he's had it in his hand for a while, that's certainly going to really limit Scott's ability to apply damage.
Sorry, Dan was just telling me he played his matchup. Dan got a win with his dark side deck. Well, yeah, we're still keeping. No one knows. No one knows. Yeah,
What is it that we don't know?
the dark side deck that Dan's playing, the TTO.
Gotcha. Oh, Luke finally hitting the table.
Luke is finally on the table to stop that Erica retrieval, and he'll flip back over. And then he'll probably move over to, yeah, in front of the Stinger.
Right, he's got to split up his ships though at this point.
He's not going to let the Stinger drain. But yeah, he
No,
also isn't able to battle it off the table, which is enabling Scott to get in a, at least free drain on the ground here and there.
being on the stairs and hyper. Let's double check. If it's hyperspeed 3, then it can't move. It would have to go to all,
I think
and
it's
then
a
he would lose his battle
5.
plan.
I think the Stinger is a 5.
It is a 5. Look at that. Way to go, Jerry.
Every once in a while, I do know something. This looks pretty close, though. Despite
Yeah.
Scott having a bad matchup here with, Brian starting guts and all that, he's been able to keep it pretty close.
Yep. I mean, obviously, Brian's got about 30 cards on the table, so
Yep. They both got a lot of cards on the table.
very true. Got that.
So
Forfeiting and retrieving. So
Scott's able to flip Brian back again. Got Zuckus and Miss Hunter with Forlom. Pretty sure that was a Forlom.
now that's a 4-lom.
Yep. So that's a couple Battle Destinies.
His
Draws.
opponent will get reduced to 0.
It's just solo piloting with the permanent pilot, so I think, yeah, it's going to be not good for B. Fred. So I don't think Scott drew enough to get rid of the forfeit fodder that's on there.
No, he lost the Luke from hand with Savra.
Oh, yeah, Savrip, yep. Freaking Savrip, man.
He,
That card is
he,
crazy.
yeah, he did good. He drew, I think, 7 because it was Proxima,
Yeah,
who I think is the 2.
Proxima and a Twi'lek. That was a decent play by Scott, for sure. But not sure if it's going to end up netting him enough.
Yeah. Scott's not taking really much damage. He's
No,
just not
he's able to
doing
block a
whole
lot of
either.
it. Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
doing much himself, and hasn't been retrieving with scum all game like Court is used to.
right. If he was using Thrawn and getting some of these ping damages in, that
Yeah,
might be just enough to tip the scale.
yeah. Masterful move combo is pretty good. Yeah, cancel Savrip.
So does Cold Feet.
Cold feet. Yep.
Yeah, but Brian's pretty low here. Brian's only got about 10 cards left down.
Yeah. I mean, Scott's not sitting too much more than that, but
Right. Oh, he projected to the drain to make him pay 2 more.
good old projective telepathy. He grabbed it. Hey, man. Every force counts. Every force counts. He plays Leia to the Dune Sea. Gets a must be allowed to speak pull.
Yeah, Brian's got about 10 cards left face down.
Covers up both of the space drains. So now he's got enough ability in front of Zuckus.
Yeah. But if he had used Thrawn there and targeted the system, I think that would have worked and you would have lost a force.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've read the exact text on Thrawn, but we can.
Once per turn, may target a related location. Opponent loses one force the next time they move to that location this turn.
Yeah, so he definitely could have targeted the system, the Tatooine
He could have done
system.
it. Yeah, he could have been doing that pretty much all game, and every time he shuffled his guys away from
Right,
Scott's pile of aliens, he also could have been doing ping damages,
definitely.
and that would really be the difference here.
Yep. All right, there's an event going on in the next room over to where we are, and they're starting to set up for it. So, a few more passerby. I have a feeling they might be pretty close to time at this point.
Certainly should be getting down to that point. Yeah,
Because I tried to like start and stop the recording that I do on the computer for a
right.
split second in between the games, and I did that about an hour and 4 minutes ago. And so we'll see. There was a handshake, okay, um, but it was a pretty equal handshake. So I don't really know what the result of that. I'll go inside and get a final result for you guys.
Yeah, so there's lots of cards on the table from both players, but it looks like Scott did have more force left, so if time was called, B. Fred would have to would probably lose the time.
So I guess that one went to Scott. Um, in terms of, I think they were at time. Um, so Scott is now 2-0. Beef Red 1-1. And yeah,